All right, welcome to Geeks Talking Geek, the day after Halloween. It's still Halloween to us.
Close enough.
Yeah, I'm Bandito Bane, the well-rounded nerd, the Super Spider-Man fan, and with me is Aaron Rodgers, Roberts. Sorry,
Okay, happens all the time.
yeah, Aaron Roberts, freelance comic book artist, and one of the and a good friend of mine. Really good artist. You should check out his page on Instagram. I'll leave it that. I'll leave it in the description later.
Thank
All
you.
right. So how was your Halloween, dude?
It was pretty chill. I was on dad taxi mode, so my kids are like teenagers. They're both teenagers now, so I drove one to one place and one to the other place, and then I hung out with my girlfriend and watched scary movies. How
Uh,
about you?
I was in trick or treating mode. I actually put up a little scare house in front of my house and handed out candy.
Nice. I want to do that sometime. We have like a porch that's right off the garage, like our backyard, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool to just set up a little walkthrough.
Yeah,
Or even we have a projector, so like want to set up a projector back there and watch movies outside and hand out candy.
yeah.
We got like
So
two trick-or-treaters.
yeah. So some of my usual guests that I asked to come on, Sully, you remember him?
Hmm.
He said he is now officially dating a wonderful girl. He says, but
Okay.
she here's a big deal
A
breaker for
Wonder
me.
Woman.
Yeah, here's a big deal breaker for me. She likes Twilight, and they're going to go to Twilight because they're going to show it in theaters. So he's on the date night with her to go watch Twilight.
Tonight?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, look, man, I feel you on the not being a fan, but also every woman that I have dated in like in adulthood has been a fan of Twilight in some way, shape, or form. So, like, if you say no to that, you're basically cutting off a lot of options.
yeah. He says he's a big vampire movie fan, and he says if he gets her to watch, he watches Twilight with her, he can get her to watch a vampire movie with him when they get home. And he picked The Hunger with David Bowie that from the
I haven't
1980s.
I haven't seen that one. I was gonna go with Vampire in Brooklyn just because it's hilarious. But that's probably a better choice.
Yeah, for me, I would have gone with one of the Hammer movies with Christopher Lee and what's his name? Oh, he's in a lot of the Star Wars. Peter Cushing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mo-
Peter.
wait, not Darth. Count Dooku and
Yeah,
Grand Moff Tarkin.
yes,
So we're talking the old school movies though.
yes. So I would have gone. I would have gone with one of those ones, especially the Tomb of Dracula. That one was awesome. But
Okay.
then there was the Curse of Dracula, which Christopher Lee did not want to do.
Oh,
He refused to do any lines, and Harrow basically guilt him into doing that movie. So he did not speak any lines. He would just growl and hiss.
interesting.
Yeah.
I have not seen that. Does he have lines in the movie or
No, he does. He
okay.
refused to do any lines. He was such a prima donna that he was tired of playing Dracula.
So this must have been pre like additional dialogue recording, right?
Yeah,
Um
yeah, because this was Hammer Studios. This was like
yeah.
back in the '60s, early '70s.
Do you outside of those, do you have a favorite like vampire movie?
Yeah. Um. Uh. Well, there are two that come to mind usually. One is Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Although I can do it without Keanu Reeves's accent because it makes him sound Australian.
Accent. Okay.
And
What else?
And another one would have to be the last year's Nosferatu. That was such a great.
Oh, that was a really, really good one. I agree. Um, it's Bill Skarsgård, right? That guy can do horror for real.
Oh my god, the one scene where he meets Count Orlok, and the only thing you could see is the outline of him, and you could just sense the atmosphere coming off. And then even when he raises his voice, it just scares the crap out of the audience.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that one. Speaking of vampire movies, did you see Sinners?
Sinners, no, I did not see Sinners. I did not even know it was going to be. I did not even know about the movie.
Yeah, you
I,
should check it out. It's really good.
I thought it was about werewolves because my sister says it's a when my sister told me about it, she's like, "Oh, it's about mainly racism and werewolves." I'm like, "What?" And I'm
No,
like,
she got the first part right. It's about racism and vampires.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, I don't want to hear. I don't want to see another pseudo back catalog racist movie.
Yeah.
I'll pass."
Kugler's great though. You don't like
Eh,
you're not a Kugler fan?
Well, I do like I do want to see Sinners now
Yeah.
after I saw the trailers and after I seen the reviews of it. Everybody is talking how great the movie is, and I will watch it. But another movie I like watching like throughout Halloween is Creepshow. You remember that one?
I do. I have trouble remembering which skits were um attached to which one because there were two, weren't there?
Yeah,
Um,
there was actually three, but the third one was actually so far into the future that it was just so bad. It's
okay.
People say that one's in name only.
I may also get it confused with some of the Tales of the Crypt movies because they're very similar in nature.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, of course, it's going to be similar in nature because they're
yeah,
based off EC.
right. I remember the raft.
Oh
In
yeah,
particular, that skit was good.
yeah.
Um, that was
They're
one of my favorites. And the hitchhiker,
oh yeah.
that one was
Those are both from Creepshow number two.
okay. Which skits were in the first one?
One was the box, which actually had that had the monster that would come out of the box, and a guy who was like trying to get rid of his emotionally abusive wife, so he decides to feed the his wife to the monster.
Mm,
And then there was Father's Day, where the where they're seen where like a dysfunctional family's senile old old father comes back from the grave just to get his birthday cake or his
well,
Father's Day cake.
interesting.
Yeah, and then there was Dead Shore where Leslie Nielsen plays this guy who killed his wife and her affair partner by basically drowning them, by basically having the digging them. Oh, yo, what's up? Tacos? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. My folks are going to baby shower.
Okay.
So and it was basically they basically got the where he Dusty Nielsen's character would bury them, and he would let the tide come in, and then they would drown, but then they came back as zombies to haunt him, and then there was the another one where Stephen King plays this country bumpkin that got a meteor he thought he could sell it for $200, but then this fungus started growing all over him and started turning him into a living plant.
I remember that. I remember seeing Stephen King in that.
Yeah, and the last one was basically so the last one was this one where this one guy was an agoraphobic, and he was so afraid of anything coming into his apartment that he would basically vacuum sealed it in. But
Mm,
he would keep seeing cockroaches coming in, and they everywhere he would go, there would be cockroaches. He would try pouring his bowl of cereal, and there were cockroaches in it. And he actually got into his he basically got so afraid that he died
He like
that he
vacuumed himself up or something.
yeah, he closed up the the whole thing, the whole himself in his room, in like his bedroom chamber. He's like, they're creeping up on me, they're creeping up on me. And then he just, because he starts looking all over, he sees them crawling all over, and he's like, he basically dies of a heart attack. But when it comes in, it looks like the entire place is clean. You think it's all in his head, but then like they ended in a perfectly EC style way when his chest pops open and all these roaches just come out.
Gross.
And it was gross. I remember that. But yeah, like the ones you were talking about were like the raft, the hitchhiker, old Chief Woodenhead.
Yeah, those ones stand out to me. I remember the raft was scary. I thought the hitchhiker was kind of funny. And the other one, I think this one, it might be either Tales from the Crypt or Tales from the Dark Side, was the gargoyle.
Oh yeah, that was Tales from the Dark Side.
Okay. I really like that one too.
Yeah.
So he met the gargoyle, and it's like, don't ever tell anyone about me.
Yeah.
And then immediately like meets the love of his life.
Yeah.
And then he goes crazy and ends up telling her about the gargoyle, and then she's like, why? And then she turns into the fucking gargoyle.
Yeah.
And her little gargoyle daughter.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was unexpected.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed both of those. But yeah, now I'm pretty sure my girlfriend hasn't seen any of these movies, so I'm like, I have to dig those up somewhere and subject her to the horror, literally.
Yeah. I mean, stay away from Creepshow 3, because people say that Creepshow 3 is just in name only.
Okay, I'll have to remember that.
But they say that the best ones are Creepshow 1 and 2. Like the best one is Creepshow, then it's Creepshow 2, then Tales from the Dark Side. Those are the anthology trilogy that you should get.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check them out. I mean, I've seen them, but I could definitely watch them again. It's probably been 20 years or more since I last saw those movies.
Yeah. My favorite one from Tales from the Dark Side would have to be the one with Steve Buscemi and Christian Slater. It was their very first story. It was about a mummy, where where Christian Slater's roommate is Steve Buscemi, and he's basically trying to get revenge on these yuppies who are basically have made his life hell in college. And so he uses a mummy because he reads the scroll. And one of the things that he was talking about, because him and Christian were basically going through the we're doing a dissection with the mummy, and in the mummy they said how he was talking about how they would take things out, like they would take out the organs, and they would put in herbs and flowers, and they would use hooks to take out the brains, and the mummy ended up killing the yuppies the same way he was being mummified. And I was like,
right,
yeah, that's like the classic slasher movie.
I remember that one, actually. Was that in the Tales from the Dark Side movie?
Yeah, it was.
I
mean, I remember the Tales from the Dark Side show. My parents were Jehovah's Witness, so I didn't get to see that until I was a teenager, and I saw them on reruns. It's like,
they had some funny stuff on there. Again, what a time, like back in the 90s, and I think it was mostly the 90s, right? When they had all those anthology horror series. I remember one, and I can't remember if it was, again, Tales from the Dark Side or Tales from the Crypt, but it was like, oh, like this lady was trying to lose weight and she had like ordered some special weight loss glasses, and what it did was like it made it so all the food looked like it was alive and talked to her. And it was just like, please don't eat us. And then like she couldn't take the glasses off. Somehow they became like glued to her face, right? Or like the fruit glued it to her face while she had the glasses on. And then
Yeah.
there was like screaming while she's eating. It's like, no, it was like a banana. It was hilarious. Did you ever see that?
No, I think that was I don't think that was Tales from the Dark Side, but that I think that was maybe either Monsters or another
Oh yeah, that's right. I
another
forgot about.
I think it was either Monsters or another one of those ones, because there were like a lot of anthology horror shows that came out during the 90s, especially after Tales from the Crypt took off. Like
Mm-hmm.
what like one of my favorite ones was from what was Devil's Advocate in Tales from the Dark Side. It actually had Ben Stiller's dad, and he was like this Rush Limbaugh style disc jockey who was basically getting people riled up on purpose, and he was basically like throughout the thing you could see him turning more and more demon like every time he would get a person mad. And it turned out that he had actually it turned out that he had actually died of a heart attack, and he was in hell, and he was basically this was basically his punishment. He had to keep keep answering calls for all eternity.
Oh, great. That
Yeah.
that does sound like my idea of hell as someone who's worked at a call center before. Um, it's terrible. So yes, the power of the internet, right?
Yeah.
It is an episode of Tales from the Dark Side, season 4, episode 11, called Love Hungry.
Oh,
If you want to check that out sometime,
yeah.
it's comedy. I'm going to have to go watch it now because I haven't seen it in so long. But it looks like it is on. It's around. You can find it. Speaking of horror shows, and this may or may not be on your list of things to discuss, but are you checking out the Welcome to Derry?
No, I have not. I have not been a big fan of the new It series or the
Oh, okay.
new It content. For me, it's always going to be Tim Curry. You can't beat the goat with Tim Curry.
I agree. I think that that version was amazing, like especially for its time, right? Again, I think my girlfriends and the other one just put that on for background noise. Um, but I would say it is worth the watch if you want to give it a chance. And the new show is fantastic.
Yeah.
It is very gory and frightening.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give spoilers because literally the second episode just released last night.
Hmm.
And then we watched The Conjuring, The Last Rites.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. We
Yeah.
rented that for our Halloween movie adventure, and it was good. I think that was my second favorite Conjuring movie, probably next to the first one.
Yeah, because this is actually like the last case, based off the last case Ed and Lorraine Warren worked together.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ed, they said at the end of his life, Ed had a heart problem and he couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. It was risky for him for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I remember watching. Actually, The Devil Made Me Do It, and they had and in the beginning, it had this one great scene, which was like a callback to The Exorcist.
Mm.
And it was like during the entire thing, it was like during the entire setup, it when they were getting ready for the exorcism, it just had a priest come in on a taxi, and then he just stands up and he just comes out and he walks in front of the house and he stands there and he just looks at it, and it's just a great callback to The Exorcist.
Yeah, yeah. That whole series, like I think the mainline Conjuring series is pretty good. Annabelle is hit or miss,
Yeah.
and like,
Oh, speaking about Annabelle,
yeah,
did you see the announcement at New York Comic Con that how they were going to have crossover fighters at DCKO?
I did see that, and I'm very intrigued and amused, I will say.
Yeah, let me share it. Let me
Yeah,
got it.
please, let's have a conversation about that, and we can talk
Okay,
about what we're
so
excited for.
if for those of you who don't know, right now the Death or Dark Side is having a tournament in the main DC universe where he's pitting heroes against each other, and they announced that one of the things that they were going to have special guest characters from other forms of
Right.
media.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here are the special guest characters, and some of them they said that all of them will be fighting a certain iconic superhero. So in the center we have Sub-Zero. In the back, Homelander from The Boys. I don't know if this is the Homelander from the comic book Boys or the Homelander from the series The Boys. But then we got Vampirella. We have Red Sonja. We have Samantha from Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, which is a great comic book. People should look it up.
My girlfriend's reading that, and now I feel like I have to read it.
And then we have Annabelle in the back. And I am just scratching my head as I'm like, okay, so Homelander and Superman are gonna fight, and then you got Batman and Sub-Zero, which will most likely fight. And then Red Sonja and Wonder Woman, who will most likely fight. But who are the last three supposed to fight?
Good question. I mean, all of those can make sense because they have some physicality to them, right? Other than Annabelle. And if I was gonna guess, it'll be Annabelle versus Zatanna. Right? Have you
Or
read DCKO yet?
I have not. I gotta.
Okay.
I'm at John's. I got the first. I got the first Mister Grab Bag on hold for me.
Okay. So you still let me know which cover you get. I may be interested in trading. I got the Mark Spears Dark Side cover.
Really?
Which, yeah. But I would really like the Daniel Warren Johnson cover. That's the one that I would like.
Yeah. So
and
we got yeah. So like I do not see how what we got here. Who's going to fight? It's either John Constantine or Zatanna who's going to fight Annabelle.
yeah.
As for Vampirella, I could see her going up against Harley, but the way they screwed up her character, I don't know how that's going to play out.
I could also see the bear going up against Harley. I think that would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because Harley would be like, "Oh, look at the cute bear," right? And then it tries to murder her.
Yeah. But then there's also like they said that one of the big ones that they have is Red Hood that they wanted to put in that they're putting in DCKO even though they canceled the book.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for you if you haven't read the first issue, so like I could give you my guess. If I was gonna guess, I would say it'd be Sub-Zero versus Red Hood.
Really?
Yeah,
I could guess that, and maybe Samantha versus Batman because Samantha would start murdering, and it would be up to Batman, the world's greatest detective, to solve it.
I can't say. If I said more, I would ruin the one of the surprises of the first issue for you. So
yeah. All right, so these are basically the plethora of guest characters that are going to be in there. So let's go start back at top. Go start back talking to horror about horror.
Sure.
So you guys are going to go see K-pop Demon Hunters. How many times is this again for?
Well, I mean, do I count all the times I've watched it on Netflix? This is the only time I'm going to see it in the theaters.
Oh,
Right?
really?
Yeah, I didn't go the first time. I was busy, and so I'm like, hey, let me actually go see it. And honestly, I think I've reached my peak, peak like consumption of K-pop Demon Hunters. After this, I'll probably calm down a bit. I think it's run its course until we get some new content.
Yeah. I mean, I worked at Spirit, and basically we did get K-pop Demon Hunters gear stuff, but we had to keep it in the back behind the counter and behind the register because people it was so popular that people might we were afraid that people might steal it, because one of my managers actually put out K-pop Demon Hunter costume out, and 20 minutes later she came out and it was gone. And she's like, did anybody sell the K-pop Demon Hunter costume? And they're like, no. But she's like, oh god, it was stolen.
That explains a lot, because
Yeah.
I was looking for it when I went to Spirit, and I didn't see it, and so I guess it must have been behind the counter.
Yeah, we had a sign at the end cap where it said where we would have the K-pop Demon Hunter header, and we put a sign that said ask employees at the register for K-pop Demon Hunter gear, because we had the costumes for all three girls. We had the wig for I don't know
Rumi.
Rumi.
Purple.
We had two bucket hats, and we had a bucket hat, and which was yellow, like that one time they went after the Sasha boys. And we also had a K-pop Demon Hunter t-shirt, which we all had to keep behind the register. Only time we could have it was ask people to. Only time we could have it was to when people asked for it.
When you were about to make the sale.
Yeah.
People like to steal, unfortunately. Well, now I wish I had known that, because maybe I would have bought something, but all good. That was the first trick-or-treater I had last night, was a little girl and her sister that were two of the K-pop Demon Hunters. And her sword played one of the songs, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. My favorite costume of the night was a Silent Hill nurse. I thought, that was great.
I actually got one of those Silent Hill nurses too.
Oh, what are the? Oh, you got them in the costume? Yeah.
Yes. She actually couldn't see through it, so she had to have someone hold her hand and guide her.
Help me.
Yeah. But like the best costume was a guy who had one of those inflatable costumes, and it was basically a raptor jockey. He was basically dressed like a jockey, but he had a raptor.
Okay, like the Mario riding Yoshi, or a lot of those. I've seen a lot of those costumes. Those are fun.
Yeah, but like, what out of all the movies, horror movies, what are like the quintessential ones you would watch during Halloween night?
Oh, see, we had this talk yesterday. Like, my personal favorites are going to be like old slasher movies, right? And I want to do this. I haven't done this for a while, but I want to sit down and watch like the original Nightmare on Elm Street series, probably like 1 through 5. Potentially skipping 2. 2's like the one that doesn't really fit in with the rest, but that doesn't make it bad, right? I think I've grown to have a different respect for that one. But I haven't seen like 3, 4, and 5 for a while, and I think those got really interesting, right? There was some real interesting Freddy lore in those. And then they got stupid after that, right? I think
Yeah.
6 was the one, was Freddy's Dead,
Mm-hmm.
which was kind of fun, but also kind of stupid, right?
Yeah.
They leaned too hard into it, right? And that's why the franchise went off the rails. So that would be my choice. But as to like horror movies that are actually good, like scary, the Conjuring, the first one was scary. I honestly like. I know it's kind of goofy, but like some of the first Paranormal Activity was really scary.
Mm-hmm.
The original Blair Witch was pretty scary for me, and it's just that was a new type of horror, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know what else. What about you? What would you pick?
I would pick the original Halloween, like
Mm,
going from Halloween 1 to skip 3 because it's Season of the Witch, but it's still a good movie.
yeah,
But like 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think like 6 is where they really jumped the shark on that one.
6 seems to be the one where it
Yeah,
gets weird.
yeah,
Uh, isn't
and
Jason in Manhattan also 6?
yeah, that's usually
Is it?
yeah, I think so. Because it's like every time you go to over past 5, they always seem to jump the shark, and
Uh,
especially especially when it's like that. One of the things is like during the whole slasher movie, the MPAA were like slamming down on slamming down on other on slasher movies, so they couldn't get away with certain kills or anything. So like Jason Takes Manhattan had the less gore type of gore, and so it was like it was very mild. But like you had other movies around that time that really cranked it up. Like you had Evil Dead. I think Evil Dead 2
mm,
came out around that time,
okay.
and you also had like the trauma films, which actually got away with a lot more than like
Because
the
they were indies, right?
yeah.
Then they were just like released in grindhouse theaters. So I actually looked it up. 6 is Jason Lives.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
one where the memes are of like where he sticks him with the rod with the fence and then the lightning wakes him up. That's the origin of zombie Jason.
yeah,
Um 8 is where he took Manhattan.
yeah,
Uh so that one survived a little longer
yeah.
than 6. Um for camp, I fucking Jason X is hilarious. I love
Yeah,
that one just for the sheer stupidity of it all.
yeah.
Um,
Especially knowing that it's how ridiculous it is, knowing that like a slasher killer is in a spaceship.
yeah. My favorite murder from that movie is the girl in the liquid nitrogen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Horror movies. Oh, that was the other movie that we watched last night. Since you brought it up, we watched Evil Dead Rise.
Really? Uh,
Hmm.
that actually brought back a lot of lot of memories, especially knowing that this was like a new direction they were going to take Evil Dead, especially after since they didn't want to constantly use Bruce Campbell's Ash.
Hmm.
So like this whole thing, like Evil Dead Rise, was like, oh man, this like takes me back to like the old Jello movies.
So is that supposed to be a reboot of the franchise with that?
I have no idea because I mean they did show like I don't think they showed the Necronomicon in there at all, but
They
it's
did.
oh they did.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like a new version of the of second attempt to reboot the series after their
Yeah.
first attempt.
I saw that last one in theaters, and it was just a remake of the original, right?
Yeah,
Um, I thought it was good. It was definitely gory, um,
yeah,
but yeah, Evil Dead Rise was okay, right? Like I felt the Evil Deadness of it,
yeah,
but as my girlfriend said last night, I don't care about any of these characters, right? I don't
yeah,
care about them one bit. You didn't give me any reason to care about this family that gets murdered pretty badly. So
hmm yeah. Another movie that just came out recently, or another one franchise that I really enjoy is Saw. I've always loved Saw ever since the first one.
I saw your video. No pun intended. Of the with you in the Saw mask. I
Yeah,
enjoyed the first couple ones. I think the murder porn becomes too much for me, right? Like
yeah,
the torture, like and the like complete graphicness of it all. I get grossed out. Like when I went to see that Evil Dead movie, I could barely stay in the theater when like they had all these like wounds that were bleeding and oozing and just like oh I I had to hang out and pretend like I wasn't about to throw up because I didn't want to look like a wuss to my two friends. Um, but yeah, it gets real bad sometimes.
yeah. I mean, one of the things that I liked that Saw reminded me of was these old school Giallo mysteries from the late 1970s, early 80s.
Okay.
And these were from the ones. These were like the ones from like like these were from like the Italy mystery thrillers, which were
Mm,
like the precursor to slashers.
I see. Is that
So
like Suspiria and stuff like
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Okay.
stuff like that. And it reminded me a lot about it because this whole mystery about who's the Jigsaw killer in the first one. But I mean, I've always loved the villain of John Kramer, because like he does not have like the physical strength or the intimidation factor. He's basically smart. It's his intellect that basically makes him scary.
Yeah.
He's playing 4D chess while everybody else is playing checkers.
Yeah. That was fun. I do think that I like the way they played those things, right? Like the reveal at the end of the first movie was great. Like, oh, he's
Yeah.
been laying in that room the whole time. Um,
Or the like in the second one where he said your son is safe and sound, and
uh,
it turns out like the end, it turns out like, it was an entire playback. His son was in the damn safe in the
yeah, the
room.
whole time. Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do start to think like those movies got carried away with like some of the backtracking that they would do, right?
yeah.
Like I I can't remember, but it was like 5 and 6 were taking place at the same exact time, right?
Uh,
Uh,
it was three, yeah, 4 and 5 that were taking
yeah,
place at the same time,
mhm,
and it was six where it finally got 1 year later.
yeah. And then they had like the detective guy who was working with him
Hoffman,
all along, right? And he
yeah,
became the
Hoffman,
new Saul, right?
yeah.
But then it was like John didn't die, right?
Uh,
Uh,
actually, yeah, actually had this one mystery that were like John Kramer didn't die, and the Jigsaw, and like number 9 where it was, or number 8 where it was Jigsaw, called Jigsaw, where
mhm.
they say it was like John Kramer didn't die, and everybody's but how is he still alive? It turns out it was his apprentice who was basically working in the morgue.
You're
He
right.
set up Yeah, he set up the whole thing.
Weird. Did you I haven't seen it, and I've heard that it's not great, but have you seen Spiral?
Spiral, yes, unfortunately, yes.
So you agree. It's not great.
It's not good. I
Okay.
mean, at least with other Saw movies, they give you a chance to live. This guy just doing it out of revenge.
No. Okay.
the guy who was revealed to be Saul was basically doing everything out of revenge.
Mm.
Well, John or any other of his apprentices, they would do things because they were bad people and they were left in society.
I see.
And he would give it like one of the things is like he would see if these people were given a chance to live, would they be able to change their lives for the better.
Mm-hmm. Except for Hoffman and that one guy who killed his sister.
Yeah, that's why he hated Hoffman's style, why he didn't like Hoffman's style. He always gave people a chance to live. And also, like Amanda, his other apprentice, it's why he put her on the test in Saw 5, where it was basically if the nurse dies, then she failed her test.
Yeah.
So she failed her test, and she died. But the whole thing was like always intrigued me because even after he died, he always had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Because
like he had three or four more movies worth of plans.
Yeah, I mean, after he died, he had a contingency plan for if Hoffman went off the rails. He had his wife sent to kill him. But if Hoffman survived and he ended up killing his wife, he had a plan for that. He would send Dr. Gordon from the first one.
Right, who apparently was also now his like disciple or whatever, right?
Yeah, and he was working with him the whole time. From Saw 2, he stitched up the eye. He stitched up the guy's eye where he had the key.
Oh, that's right.
And he was basically working everywhere. Like he basically checked the doctor, picked out the doctor that was in Saw 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, everything makes so much sense now.
Carrie Ells, right? Like,
yeah,
because they never said what happened to him, and then they kind of showed it in like that Amanda kidnapped him or whatever at the end of that movie.
Yeah,
but they didn't show that till like Saw 4.
Yeah,
and then they didn't even reveal that he was still around until later.
Yeah.
And then I'm also like, that's the guy who was the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah,
he's Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, and he like they were going to do an 11th Saw movie where like the disciples of Jigsaw get together to stop to find a copycat. And I think it would have been like the guy from Jigsaw and Carrie Ellis's character going after the guy from Spiral.
Oh,
and I thought that would it would have been a good crossover, but it's like that people went after they saw the numbers from Saw X, which was actually a good movie. I actually liked it.
Okay.
And
they did no more Saw movies after that.
Yeah, they were like, you know what? Let's just end it here. We already did one of the best origin stories of Saw, and so let's just end it here. Because the Saw X basically took place between Saw 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. Did not know that.
Yeah, so
I will have to look up the chronological order of Saw movies.
It's very confusing.
It's like the Fast and the Furious.
Oh yeah, I mean they pumped out so many Fast and Furious movies. A guy who genuinely loves car can't get a boner for the car races anymore.
I stopped watching after 7.
Yeah, they said. Well, I mean, there's this one YouTuber named Civi11 who said that actually, he's like, you guys got to get it. It's like they pumped out so many that a guy can't even. That a car got a boner in the first one, but he can't. He needs to launch a car into space. You guys need to launch a car into space to actually feel something.
Yeah, it sounds about right. But yeah, I mean, as a Fast and the Furious fan, I will tell you that the heart of the movie is not Vin Diesel, even though that's what he likes to think. It was Paul Walker. Paul
Yeah,
Walker, when he passed, the soul of the movie was gone, and it just became a movie studio cash machine,
yeah,
um, and not a very good one after that.
yeah. I mean, I am so convinced that I don't know what's his name, Tanahishi Coates. Oh, no, not him. The guy who did Black Panther and
Kugler.
no, the guy who did no, the guy who wrote Black Panther and Captain America for Marvel.
Oh, I'm not sure who the writer was. I'll have to
I
look it up.
think I think it's Tanahishi Coates.
Oh yeah, who wrote the comics?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wanted to do a Black Superman.
Oh, okay.
And I thought I am so convinced he got the idea because of a throwaway line from Hobbs and Shaw,
Mm.
where Idris Elba
Oh,
says, "Look at
from
me,
Idris
I'm Black
Elba.
Superman."
Yeah.
And I swear to God, he was like, he just got that line and he ran with it. But
Well, there were
I
Black Supermen before that, right?
yeah,
The
there
Earth
would have
2 Superman.
yeah, like there's a couple like got like General Zod, like there's a Black Superman who was basically the General Zod
Mm.
who actually saw that Superman died for the people of Earth, and he became so inspired by him he took Superman's place and became
Mm.
Superman. And he even became president of the United States. But people were like, "Oh, you're just making Obama Superman."
Mm.
But I mean,
That's
I
better than the other president who was Superman.
yeah,
Uh,
I still think I still think he does.
mm. We don't have to get into that.
Yeah.
We don't have enough time for that.
Oh yeah. Uh
That would change drastically the audience for your podcast.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I'm not a fan of the guy, but I mean, why did he have to give a blank check to ICE? Why not the FBI?
Speaking of that and connecting it to comics, did you see the sketches that Daniel Warren Johnson
Oh
did
yeah.
during NYCC?
Yes, I am surprised that DC has yet to punish him for that.
I think it's because he did them as fan works, right? He wasn't
Mhm.
working for them as an official capacity. Which, I mean, to be fair, the other person, and it wasn't hate speech, right? It was political speech, but it wasn't necessarily hate speech, and it wasn't directed at one person.
Yeah.
Um, so I've put some more thought into it, and I think the Red Hood um, writer may have gotten a bit of a raw deal. Um, the things that they said weren't nice, but neither were a lot of the things Charlie Kirk said. So,
Yeah.
um,
And but I mean, you don't have to go out on protests and keep boom like this. I don't
yeah.
know if you saw people do that when you were at the protest, No More Kings
Oh,
protest,
mm-mm,
because I saw a lot of people at the No More Kings protest were going like this, and
no.
I thought that was in poor taste.
I didn't see any of that, and not at the one that I went to. Um, and I was there for me for what I believed in, right?
Hmm.
And I wouldn't have supported that. But everyone where I went, as far as I could see, was being very respectful, and even to the supporters from the other side that came by, right?
Yeah.
Um, Nobody like cussed them out or booed them to the point where like they got beat up or anything, right? It was respectful. But
Yeah. So let's go back to horror. Uh,
yeah.
all right. So before we got like 10 minutes. Like I, for me, during the month of October, I'll always pick one video game that's horror themed, and I will play it to the end. This year, I picked the new Dead Rising game from Capcom, and I have always loved playing Dead Rising because it just seemed like they saw the movie Return of Day of the Dead, and they actually made it into a video game.
Okay. So you played the Dead Rising remake?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what about you?
I did not play any horror games. I'm like, unfortunately, like time is my enemy. I don't have a lot of time to play video games. If I was going to play one, it probably would have been Silent Hill F. Um,
Mm,
looks fun. I know it's not exactly what Silent Hill is used to, but I think Silent Hill is more of an aesthetic than like having to be based specifically in that town. And I'll probably still grab it at some point. It looks like a good time, and I think it would be fitting for me to pick up another horror game like that, since Silent Hill 3 was the horror game that made me quit horror games for a while.
you didn't like it?
It scared me too much.
Oh,
uh, I
yeah.
rented it when it came out and played it alone in the dark at like 1 a.m. And
That
that
is
was
all.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
I was like,
always the thing. Always the thing. You never
I
play
mean,
horror
that's what you
game.
do with horror games, right? But I was not able to. I was just like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
yeah, yeah. So, like, one of the things. What I remember playing Silent Hill on my old PS2. I remember playing Silent Hill 2, and it was very like the whole thing. It was like cripes. I couldn't even go to the bathroom without turning on the lights. The
Yeah,
lights in the hallway.
I actually preferred Silent Hill 1. I like the openness of it more, and I
Yeah.
think it stuck with me more. Like the way the transitions would happen. What always sticks with me is like I remember exploring the school. I was
Oh yeah.
pretty fresh out of high school at the time that this came out, but and I remember climbing up the clock tower and expecting to come out the top of the clock tower and hearing the siren on the way up, and then opening the top and coming out into the school courtyard again, and my mind was blown. I was like, this is the creepiest freaking thing I have ever experienced in a video game. um and so yeah, I think that's what made me stick with Silent Hill 1. And I this was before achievements, but I probably 100% of that game, because I remember going back in New Game Plus and finding the katana and having a grand old time uh slicing through those annoying zombies and creatures that gave me such a hard time on the first run.
Yeah. So
Invisible children.
would you say like tank control? Would you like to see a game like horror games go back to old tank controls?
Nah, man, I'm good. They could keep their tank controls. I've tried to go back to some of those. Does the Resident Evil 1 remake still have tank controls? I can't.
I think so. Like remake
Yeah,
and Resident Evil Zero, Case Zero. They
I think
still.
that works for those games, I guess, because of the way the camera angles are designed. I
Mhm.
think it would be weirder to not have tank controls in those, because you want up to be forward. And like you want to be able to keep running in the same direction with that camera angle switches, so that you don't have to then suddenly push left when you were just pushing right.
Mhm.
um, but outside of that, I think it's not a great design.
Yeah. Well, like some of the indie games like Crow Country and Souls of Torment have been going with set camera angles and tank controls.
Do they let you choose? I think though modern ones that offer that also give you like a modern control scheme, right?
Yeah, I think they do because
Hmm.
I hear a lot of stuff, really good stuff from Souls of Torment 1 and 2.
Tormented Souls,
But
yeah.
yeah, Tormented Souls
My buddy
one.
played the first one. It's very old school.
Yeah,
Um but the first one is kind of funny, honestly.
yeah.
The second one I hear is a little less comical.
Hmm.
Um but worth a play, right? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of journalists have been calling it. A lot of journalists like you. I always call them gaming journos because they know nothing.
Hmm.
They were saying, "Oh, it's just a gooner game. Look at how they designed the character. I mean, she's in her 20s. Shouldn't she be dressed like that?"
I
And
would.
plus, she's a normal girl. She's a normal girl. And it's not like the skirts all the way up her thigh.
Yeah,
It,
I would have to disagree. Probably. I mean, I haven't looked closely at it, but Rivals is way more of a Gooner game than
yeah,
anything close to what Tormented Souls could be. Right.
yeah. Oh,
Um,
yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, rivals. You got gooners for the men and the girls and the boys.
right.
Especially,
Um,
yeah, especially the Loki summer costume.
Oh, I don't know. Or the Punisher one, which
Oh
was
yeah,
a was a real thing in a
yeah,
comic book.
yeah,
It's hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
actually, I actually like the new Formula R skins they have now for Psylocke, Thor, and Squirrel Girl. But I also like the Halloween skins that they just come out with, except for maybe Namor.
I skipped. I've been off of the Rivals for about a month or so. I
Yeah,
just realized all I was doing was grinding for more outfits, right? And like it became not fun. I don't even like playing quick match because I just die a lot and
yeah,
don't win. And then I'm like, and I was mad because I can't get proficiency when I play against bots.
yeah. And well, you could try. You could start going on there and play the Marvel Zombies part
Okay.
because
Is that
they
a
just
limited time thing or
yeah,
is it
yeah, yeah. It's a
okay?
limited time thing. So you get like a 4-player squad, and you get your choices from Punisher, Blade, Magic, Thor, and Jeff the Land Shark.
Okay. Can't leave out Jeff.
Yep, Jeff's became
Um,
the official mascot for Marvel Rivals,
for
or
real.
unofficially, because everybody loves Jeff.
Unofficially official. Like he's Rivals has sold more Jeff comics than Marvel has sold in like 10 years since he
Yeah,
existed.
yeah.
Uh
And now he has his own comic book now.
yeah. But you know what? Anything that will get people to start buying more comic books, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I hope that Tokon Fighting Souls has a similar effect.
Oh yeah, I love the Tokon Fighting Souls. I love the reveal trailer going off, and it was like anime GTA, and I really did. All these Gooner, like all these journos were when it came out. All these journals were like, "Oh, it's just another Gooner game for anime for weebs to jerk off to," and I'm like, "Would you shut up? If you
There's
don't
not
like the game." If you don't
I
like the
would
game, don't play it.
yeah, I don't think that's accurate because like the only female characters they showed were Storm, and Miss Marvel, and
Oh,
neither of their costumes were that revealing.
oh no, no. There was another game that. Uh, hang on. There was another game which was like Genshin Impact. Not that one. Not that one. It was like Genshin Impact, but with
But Marvel,
no, but with GTA.
but yeah, you're gonna have to fill me in.
Yeah, there was this Genshin Impact GTA style game which
Oh,
looks amazing. It's actually called. Um, yeah,
oh yeah, I think I saw it with the
yeah,
anime girls driving a car and stuff. It
yeah.
was like some
It
kind of
had different.
detective game.
Yeah, it had different style of open world games. Like you had like had it like the a character who could go around like with Spider-Man, like Spider-Man
Hmm.
style and you also had a character that could hack things like hack things like in Watch Dogs.
Okay, so it's all of those different types of
It's
games by Hoyoverse.
yeah,
I know what game you're talking about.
yeah,
I don't remember the
yeah.
title of
It's
it.
basically yeah. I just remember it. I just remember it. I can't remember it. All I know is that it was a great looking game. It had looks like it had a cool engaging story. You get to unlock all the you get to unlock all the characters throughout the gameplay, and but the only money you'll get to spend is like the only money you have to spend is like it's called Anata.
Mm.
Hang on, let
Okay.
me put it up. Yeah, it's called Anata. Like it, but like I can't believe I forgot about Cosmic Impact, and I was for sure thinking that Jeff the Landshark would be in there, but I don't know how he would pull off his combos. But like
Okay.
this game has been on a lot of people's minds because
I see.
they really like the gameplay that came around the store and the story that they're going with.
Okay. Interesting.
Like,
I'll have to check
yeah,
that one out.
yeah. Here's the
Wake up, sleepyhead. The
Yeah, I've
wildest
seen these
city's coming
trailers.
right up.
yeah.
The game that I was referring to was the Marvel fighting game.
Yeah, that one.
I'm hoping that one like helps drive some comic sales too.
Yeah. All right, so let me get Cosmic Invasion. That
Yeah,
one,
looks fun,
that
too.
three, that three, 3v3 one, right?
It's 4v4 actually.
Oh, 4?
Yeah, but that's a lot of characters to juggle.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Cosmic Invasion also looks fun. I played the demo of that during Steam Next Fest, and it was a good time. Just punching enemies, right?
Yeah. Oh, Marvel Token. Yeah. Token
Yeah.
Fighting Souls. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm hoping it would be like yeah, like Dragon Ball Z Budokai, or
Yeah, fighters.
yeah, Dragon Ball Z Fighters. It
Yep.
have great have great great mechanics, showing interchanging levels. I mean, it looks like Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Hmm. I mean, same studio, so
Yeah.
that's kind of what they're saying. This is like a spiritual successor to that, right? It's
Mhm.
just now with a Marvel skin, which is fine by me.
Yeah. And if it brings up comic book sales, it's all win.
Right.
All right, so
But
it's been an hour. You got to get ready for your show.
yeah, I got a date. So thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do this at least once a month with you.
All right.
That's my goal. And so let me know when the next one is. I'll see if I can jump in.
All right. All right. Thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. Hope you had a great Halloween. Check your candy before you eat it. And as I say, keep playing and God bless.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.